We're at the biggest, most expensive, and notoriously the worst skate park in the Netherlands, so let's see if it's actually that bad. Zeeburg Skatepark in Amsterdam is not only the biggest skate park in the Netherlands, measuring a staggering 3,885 square meters, but it's also one of the biggest in all of Europe. Having opened in 2020, Zeeburg cost the city around 2 million euros and was designed by Rune Gilfberg and Iba Lika, a pair of Danish skateboarders and park designers who have created a few other notable skate parks across Europe. But despite such gross spending, its massive size, and its renowned designers, Zeeburg receives a lot of hate from the local skaters. One established hater being my friend Miko here. Together we're going to check out the many features this park has to offer, and then we'll each give the park a rating. So let's go down here, check out the rail real quick. I think a lot of the hate that this park gets, from what I'm told, is that there's just a lot of unused space. And I kind of see that, but I kind of don't. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. How many stairs? One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got a 10-stair handrail and a hubba. My friend Miko behind the camera tells me someone blunt slid this whole thing. Yeah. Which is pretty gnarly. And the 10-stair rail, maybe we'll revisit it at the end of the video. So this thing right here, very similar to the quarter pipes at the end of the park. You got about less than a foot's length of space on top of this thing. So if I could nose pick, that'd be the trick to do right here, but I can't. You got some sort of granite tiles over here. I don't really understand it. I guess sometimes they add stuff like this in skate parks to make it a little more crunchy, add some cool texture, but yeah, some of these ledges, like, I guess you have a lot of creative freedom to do manuals and grinds to manuals and a bunch of combos. These are a little high. This is more my sort of height for a ledge. 3-stair right here. I mean, you could say it doesn't really make sense, but let's see if I can use it how they're asking us to use it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so you can get creative there. But yeah, I mean, I think over here, obviously a lot of unused space that's, it's really the same as what you've got going on over there. And I think that's where a lot of the hate comes from at this park. I mean, they spent millions of euros and they definitely could have done more. They definitely could have done more, but we're not done yet. You got these little ledges right here. Let's see if I can. Bro. That was wet. Nothing special to talk about for these, but I like the way ledges like that sound when you grind on them. I think it's nice and satisfying. It gives you the nice grooves as well. All right, so yeah, this I guess it's a cool obstacle. It doesn't really make sense though. I think if they made it all level, it might be a little better. The pop will probably feel kind of weird. Back disaster of death. Oh! Obstacles to pump over here. Those quarters, let's take a look at these quarters. I mean, if you're gonna spend millions of euros at the skate park, you may as well, instead of spending the money on this tile, I would have just, even if you just made it twice the length, would be a lot safer than what they've done right here. Is it possible to air over this thing?
Someone did it.
Yeah, definitely not your average skater that can pull that one off, but
no.
I mean, this is pretty big. I haven't done this trick in a few months, actually.
You got that.
Let's take a look at the double set while we're here. Can't complain about this double set. I think it's cool when you have double sets at a skate park. Growing up in New York, the parks I skated, we never had a double set, and I think a double set has a certain sort of gnar and cool factor that just normal stairs don't, even if it was, exactly the same. So that's about as generous I can be on this thing. You think I got front 50? Easy. All right, let's see. Hopefully I pull it off first try and I don't miss the lock-in. Heel dragged a little, but I don't really care. Next up, we got this rail. Miko just tried to 50 it a couple times. Holy sh**. Almost got there, but frankly, I think a lot of the obstacles here are not made horribly. Like, you can skate them pretty well, but
no excuse.
Yeah, like if you're gonna put a long ass kink trail at the skate park, which obviously you'd want to use to practice for some gnarly shit in the streets, like make it skatable. Easiest way to hit it is to pop out like this, but bro, I just feel like I'm in a scorpion. Let's see. Alright, I'm being a little scaredy cat, but I'm not really trying to get scorpioned right now. The only way you can really skate it normally is from here or here, and it's just a little high to pop on there, and also like popping on the curve doesn't make too much sense. I don't know, you gotta give them props for the idea. I think the tiles are cool, but if you're gonna skimp like on the back of the quarter pipe, you need to put the money in the right place. I want to take this quick moment to mention a part of the About section in the Gilfberg and Lico website, which suggests that they embrace a non-traditional approach to skate park, emphasizing aesthetics and agreement with the park's surrounding environment, perhaps more than the face value of the obstacles, which could explain some of the choices we've seen so far. This is Miko's favorite obstacle. Let's see what you got.
What I got on this.
First try. 2.5 foot, just about vert, which is I think illegal in New York City.
Oh my god.
That was ice cold though. Show us what you did earlier, because I can't do it. I mean, this is yeah, you got about a 5 foot oververt.
What's that? People skate this thing like a normal hip.
Pack 3. Knew it.
Am I the skater now, or?
Well, for a sec, while I exploit you real quick. Watch out, let me, your mom. Alright, so let's talk about this rail, because I like to think of myself as someone that likes to hit all the rails in the skate park, and as we already see, I couldn't really do that one. Bro, this is so death. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, but the bank is really like, it's just sort of rounded the whole way through. It's not like here where you can get a crisp pop into that thing. You're kind of asking to, pop and lose your board and have a million things go wrong. 20 euros if you can do any trick that is not a backside board slide. Going down this way has to be going this way. You can pop from there if you want. I don't really recommend it, but I would like to see it. But either way, I got 20 euros if you can hit this thing. This rail, this is you can't really complain. I mean, it's the only amateur level down rail in the whole park, I think.
This
but
thing still sucks.
It's a little steep coming into here. Let's see if I can, we have to be sparing because this is all the wax we have for the rest of the day. But I'm gonna try and make this happen.
I don't know if the camera's seeing this, but this bank is so.
It's also one of those banks where the bottom of it, like you start to come up really quick. Like it'll almost jolt you forward. Not ideal, especially not if you want to hit it coming from this way. I mean,
I don't want to be going that fast, but if I go any slower, bank will make me stop.
Holy sh! Dude, you're going like so fast up to it and you lose all your speed onto it.
Standing still on the rail. Probably the most dangerous shit I've done in my entire life. It's forcing me to do this, by the way. I don't want to do this.
I told him off camera, you better fucking do this or you're not getting the tag. Frozone! You're just like that guy on Instagram. Yeah, the banks, they messed up the banks sort of on this rail.
This park's like 90% bank. Couldn't even get that right.
Oh, look at that, they're friends, even though two sides of the coin. Bro, you see, like I almost went to flat right there. But if you go too slow, like you can't go too slow hitting a bump to it like that. I mean, that felt kind of cool, to be honest. Super steep. I mean, they wasted, I think, a little bit of money over here. The idea also was to give you a sort of bump to ledge sort of situation, but I mean, if you skate, it doesn't really like, all you can really do on this is wally to 50 or something, and like the fresh paint looks like it's still sort of on most of this stuff. That's how you know it's not really been given the love they intended to. Don't want to hit Bellingham over there. So, also quickly to mention, I mean, you got a little forced air over here. I like the idea, but again, like, waste of concrete, waste of labor. I don't know, it's cool, I guess, if you can grind over it, but again, it's just like not that necessary. Alright, well, that didn't slide at all. Usually that works. I think I was going fast enough too, so. You've got that concrete here too that's also like, it's not very slippery, which is, I don't know, I expect it to be a little more slippery for like a big new skate park, but I guess Miko tells me also in the Netherlands, since it rains so much, you don't want it to be so slippery.
I think because a little bit more grippy stone, park dries up faster.
Alright, let's take a look at the bowls. So, okay, well I guess this is what they made the stairs for.
Yeah.
Don't expect much from me over here.
This thing is oververt, by the way. It curves in like this.
Oh my god. Holy shit. If you're a bowl skater, I don't think you can complain much about that. I mean, it's big. It's a little too big maybe to even maintain speed the right way. This section over here looks a little better. I mean, you got like... divert wall with no coping. Nice bump in the middle to pick up speed. Little transition right there, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not the best bowl skater, so I feel like I can't really comment on this too well. Let's just look at the small bowl real quick. I mean, I don't know. I have friends back home who skate a lot of transition. I don't know how they'd feel about this. Seems fine, I think. What's a way that I can do this and people will maybe not make fun of me too bad? No, they're gonna make fun of me for sure. The street skater is clueless in here. Felt like it was a little hard to get speed.
Yeah, it doesn't have any corners.
Okay, I'm gonna get in here. So they put these rails to, I guess, protect the board from flying out, or from the boards from going there into this bowl or whatever. If they just pulled it a little this way, they could have actually done something here. But again, I feel like, especially on this side, like you don't need all that rail. How much money you still think they spent on these rails? 20K? 30K?
I don't know, like, what you're protecting. Falling into the grass instead of smashing your head on an iron rail.
Yeah. If there was like street and cars right here, I'd understand it a little more, but I don't know. This bowl is gnarly as f. I'm scared to even just drop in on the shallow end. Holy sh. Alright, that's about what I got for y'all in this section. Should I go hit the 10 rail?
Yeah. Oh, look, a little ride-on rail over here.
Yeah, right into the 8-foot quarter pipe. I'm gonna pass on that one. I feel like my nose is gonna hit the bottom of this thing. Oh. Okay.
That was beautiful, dog.
Thanks, bro. I think finger flip is one of those tricks that was not cool. Now people think it's, oh, this one is way more sketchy than the big one. Oh, I would be ice cold if I just went for it right here like that, but.
You're not like that.
Nah. What's up, bro?
Sick.
Yeah.
Slide helemaal naar beneden.
What's up, bro? Oh, right onto the toenail.
Oh.
I'd like to think that I'll be the first one to boardside this thing mic'd up, if I land it. I always gotta say that in case something horribly wrong happens. I mean, I feel like that's plenty of speed.
Get it!
Do it? Ah, my bad. All right, right here, I'll do it for you. First try. Oh, I should have done it first tee, bruh.
Nu op je boord springen.
Let's go. My guy. Thanks for hyping me up, bro. Sometimes I need someone to bully me a little bit into doing it, you know? Yeah, exactly. How would you rate this skate park out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Really?
I live in.
But like, objectively.
Camera out. Just so bad. Everything is steep. Dit ga je niet posten op Instagram als het normaal. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you have Instagram?
yeah, I do.
Oh, damn!
All right, hold on. Let's go back to the vantage point to give a final rating. All right, so if we're gonna be objective, you know, they have a lot of obstacles. One thing maybe they don't have is a good, like, I would prefer a good obstacle. I mean, kind of true, I guess. I mean, I think that, like, I didn't do anything on the little mani pad. Little mani pad seems fine. Some of those ledges seem fine. The hubba's a little too high, a little too buck if you want to learn stuff. This down rail also not the best for learning stuff, and that's what you need if you're gonna make a giant park like this. Like, you need some small down rails that are skatable. I don't really know how to give the best rating on all the bowls and the transition because that's not really my forte, but they have them. There's a lot of stuff to skate here. There's plenty of flat ground. My rating, I don't know, I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7, to be honest. What do you think about that?
I think
Is that generous?
that is very generous. I think I would give this park a 3.
A 3.
Out of 100.
Out of 100, holy shit. You really think it's that bad?
I fucking hate this park.
I feel like also like coming here and just making this video and not really having a sesh here, like I'm coming from a certain perspective. I don't know, I gotta think too, because I gave that park in Latvia a 6.5, and I think that park was better than this actually. I'm gonna give this park a 6. I mean, if you're thinking about the money they spent here, and this is the biggest skate park in the Netherlands, the most expensive, gotta do better than a 6.5. You need at least an 8 out of 10. So that's how we would rate the park. But before signing off, I wanna show 2 little affordances I didn't cover, and also say a little more about Gilfberg and Lika and the fact that I have no idea how building skate parks really works. I wanna give these guys the benefit of the doubt because honestly, the design at face value isn't necessarily horrible. It's just not your traditional plaza skate park with straightforward, accessible obstacles. It's also possible that other parties added or tweaked some elements in the construction process that altered their vision, but ultimately, as I said, I have no idea. But maybe you all know some more and can help me out in the comments. That's what we've got today. Tell me what the biggest skate park in your area is. Can you tell them to subscribe?
Subscribe.
Oh yeah, all right, see you guys soon.